Good day to the panel of assessors, my faculty supervisor Dr. Kasmaruddin bin Sheikh Hussain, and my fellow classmates. My name is DAKSHAYANI SHIVARAJ, matrix number 821-82447 from the SAL program. I completed my industrial training at Infineon Technologies Melaka, Sendirian Berhad from 17 March to 4 July 2025 under the supervision of Ms. Tan Wei Ji. Today, I would like to share my internship experience, which includes the background of the company, the tasks I was exposed to, the contribution I made, challenges I faced, suggestions for improvement, and the values I gained from this journey. Firstly, I'm going to explain about the background of the industry. Infineon Technologies is the company where I completed my internship. It is a world-leading semiconductor manufacturer that provides smart solutions for efficient energy management, mobility, and security. Let me briefly explain the important background of the company. Firstly, the history and founder. Infineon was founded in 1999 as a spin-off from Siemens Semiconductors. It inherited the technical expertise and legacy of Siemens and has grown independently since then. The current CEO and chairman of Infineon Technologies AG is Jochen Henbeck. He plays a key role in shaping Infineon's direction in the global market. For the headquarters, Infineon's global headquarters is located in Neubiberg near Munich, Germany. It's the center of the innovation and strategic planning for the company. For the global presence, Infineon operates in more than 40 countries with major manufacturing facilities in Germany, Austria, China, and especially Malaysia, in Melaka and Kulim. I was based in the Melaka facility, which is one of the company's largest back-end manufacturing sites globally. And for the employees, as of 2024, Infineon employs over 50,000 people worldwide, including engineers, technicians, business professionals, and R&D experts. For the stock market, Infineon is listed on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange and is part of the DAX 40 index, which means it's one of the top 40 most valuable companies in Germany. For the main customers and industry impact, Infineon's customers are some of the biggest and most respected companies globally. The company produces high-performance chips that are used in automotive electronics. I learned that Infineon is a major supplier to car brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Tesla, and Volkswagen. Their chips power everything from electric powertrains to driver assist systems. Next, industrial automation and power system. Companies like Siemens and Schneider Electric use Infineon's product for factory automation and smart energy system. Next, consumer electronics and mobile devices. Infineon supplies components used in devices by companies like Apple and Samsung, especially for power efficiency and data security. Next, security and IoT, Internet of Things. Infineon also serves companies developing smart home devices, identity verification, and cybersecurity solution through its trusted platform modules, TPM, and secure microcontrollers. Infineon's technology is everywhere in electric vehicles, solar inverters, mobile phones, and smart cards. I realized during my internship that they are not just a manufacturing company, but also a technology leader driving energy efficiency, mobility, and data security around the world. So for the Infineon Technologies Melaka site-specific info is the Melaka site where I interned is a very important part of Infineon's global operation. It focuses on back-end manufacturing, which include testing, assembly, packaging, and final quality control of semiconductor devices. I observed that the site is organized into various specialized departments: logistics, where I was based, quality assurance, production and engineering, IT, HR, finance and maintenance. This setup allows Infineon Melaka to deliver high quality products to global customers, meeting strict international standards in both safety and efficiency. For the next slide, I want to explain the role of unit and department involved in Infineon Technology Sdn Bhd. During my internship, I observed that Infineon Melaka operates through well-organized departments. Firstly, I learned that the Human Resources Department manages hiring, onboarding, and employees' data. Secondly, I saw how the Logistics Department controls both incoming materials and outgoing shipments. Next, I also understood the quality assurance is essential to ensure all products meet industry and customer standards. Next, I found out that engineering and production manage and maintain the sophisticated machinery used in semiconductor processing. I also discovered that the IT department protects system, data, and software assets. Other than that, I realized that finance and procurement ensures cost control and budget tracking. Lastly, I observed how business planning and operations coordinate overall targets and department alignment. This structure gave me a complete picture of how a high-tech multinational company operates. Next, I am going to explain the company operating activities and business environment. As part of my internship, I also learned in detail about Infineon's operating activities and the business environment they work in. So firstly, the company operating activities. Infineon's core business is semiconductor manufacturing, but there are many supporting operations that work together to keep everything efficient and reliable. Let me explain some of the main activities that I observe in Infineon Technologies. Firstly, semiconductor manufacturing. I learned that the company designs and produces semiconductors used in a wide range of applications like automotive, industrial, and power systems. Secondly, Infineon Technologies also have logistics and supply chain operations. I saw how the logistics team manages the inbound and outbound flow of materials, ensuring the right parts are delivered to the right departments on time. This is where I was mainly involved. Thirdly, the quality control and assurance. Infineon has strict quality standards. Every product is checked and tested before shipment. I learned how important it is to have detailed documentation for every delivery and movement. So, next, the equipment and facilities maintenance. The maintenance team ensures all factory machines and infrastructure are working perfectly. I realized how even a small equipment failure can delay production. Next, the digital operations and system management. Infineon uses advanced digital systems like SAP system to manage operation. I used SAP system myself for tracking inventory and processing good receiving and good issuing documents. Next is human capital and training. I noticed that Infineon invests in employee training and development, including us interns. The onboarding briefings and safety training helped me get started smoothly. Next, I'm going to explain the business environment in Infineon Technologies. Infineon operates in a highly competitive and fast evolving industry, and I observe several external and internal factors that affect how they do business. Firstly, for the global presence, Infineon operates across 40 plus countries, so they must manage international supply chains, logistics, and regulations efficiently. Secondly, technological environment. The semiconductor industry is technology driven. I saw how the company adapts automation and data systems to improve speed and accuracy. Thirdly, competitive landscape. Infineon competes with other semiconductor giants like Texas Instruments, ST Microelectronics, and NXP. So innovation and reliability are very important. Fourthly, sustainability and regulations. Infineon is committed to sustainability with energy saving practices, recycling processes, and strict compliance with environmental standards. Fifth, organizational culture. I experience a very collaborative and process-oriented culture. The teams work together, follow standard procedures, and maintain clear communication at every level. So overall, these operating activities and the strong business environment gave me a deep understanding on how Infineon function as a world-class semiconductor company. Now I'm going to explain the scope of exposure to student, which is task assigned by industrial supervisor. Throughout the training, I was placed in the logistic department, spare part center, and assigned a variety of tasks that helped me grow professionally by my industrial supervisor. First task given was spare part handling. I was responsible for assisting in goods receiving and goods issuance processes. I learned how to receive, inspect, and record incoming parts and issue them correctly to the production line. The second task was given is inventory management. I performed cycle counts to help ensure stock accuracy. I understood how to compare physical stock to system data and resolve discrepancies. So for the next task given was spare part repacking project. I involved in spare part repacking project, and I helped identify parts that needed to be repacked based on quantity and packaging size. I realized this improved space usage and made retrieval or withdrawal more efficient. And the next task I participate is system usage and reporting. I learned how to use the SAP system, which is a powerful ERP software to track inventory, input transactions, and generate reports. And as my industrial supervisor request, I also participated in 5S and workplace organization. I assisted in drafting and updating the 5S checklist, which helped me understand how a clean, organized workplace contributes to productivity and safety. Other than that, I also given a task by my industrial supervisor, which is documentation and e-archiving. I scan and archive documents such as invoices, delivery notes, and good receiving and good issuance slips. I gained experience in maintaining proper records for audits and compliance. Lastly, I also assigned in team support and coordination. I attended daily briefings, meetings, and update sessions. I participated in discussions and supported my teammates in meeting daily goals. Next, I am going to present the scope of exposure to students, which is the aspects that have been studied in my internship journey. During my internship, I had the opportunity to apply what I learned in the classroom to real work situations. It helped me grow both technically and professionally. Firstly, what I learned is logistics and warehouse operation. I gained hands-on experience in how materials are received, stored, and distributed in a manufacturing environment. I now understand the full supply chain flow from incoming goods to final product movement. Secondly, I also learned and proficiency in SAP system. I became familiar with using SAP system, a powerful system used by many global companies to manage inventory and operations. I use it daily to process good receiving and good issuance and to track stock movement. Thirdly, I also learned documentation and compliances. I learned how important proper documentation is for audits and quality control. I handle delivery notes, invoices, and internal records, and I saw how strict compliances is essential in the semiconductor industry. Fourthly, I learned the workplace safety and organization 5S. Through involvement in the 5S checklist updates, I understood how maintaining a clean and well-organized workplace improves efficiency, reduces risk, and supports a safe working culture. And fifth, I learned communication and teamwork. I participated in daily team briefings where I share updates and receive instructions. This helped me improve my confidence, communication, and ability to work effectively with others from different roles and departments. So for the next slide, I am going to explain my contribution to the company. Even as an intern, I was able to contribute in several ways to support my department, which is Spare Parts Center. Firstly, I improved inventory accuracy. I performed regular cycle counts and reported any stock mismatches. This helped the team keep accurate inventory records and reduce errors. Secondly, I supported repacking project. I assisted in organizing and repacking spare parts. This saved storage space and made it easier for the team to find and retrieve items quickly. So thirdly, I also participated in documentation and archiving. I handled the scanning and digital filling of important documents like delivery notes and good receiving, good issuance slips. This improved audit readiness and made document retrieval more efficient. And fourthly, I also participated in 5S workplace organization. I participated in 5S activities to keep the workplace clean, safe, and well organized. It also helped improve overall efficiency. And lastly, I gained team support. I joined daily briefings and shift handovers where I supported the logistic team with updates and follow-up to keep operations running smoothly. For the next slide, I am going to explain the suggestions for improvement. Based on what I experienced during my internship, I have a few suggestions that could help improve daily operations and the experience for future interns. Firstly, enhance onboarding training for new interns. I suggest creating a proper onboarding program for new interns. It would help us to understand system and tasks more quickly. Secondly, improve labeling system. I believe clearer and more consistent labeling on spare parts would make it easier to identify and pick items without confusion. Thirdly, digitalize repacking records. I recommend using a digital system to record repacked items. It would reduce paperwork and make tracking more efficient. Other than that, I also suggest to increase cycle count frequency. I think doing cycle counts more often would help avoid stock mismatches and improve inventory accuracy. Other than that, I also suggest for improvement, which is optimize document filling. I suggest organizing the document filling system better so it's easier to find archive delivery notes and GR or GI slips when needed. These small improvements could make daily work more efficient, accurate, and smooth for everyone involved. Next, I am going to explain the challenges of task execution. During my internship, I also faced several challenges. Firstly, I found it difficult to navigate the SAP system initially as it was completely new to me. Secondly, I noticed that there were sometimes discrepancies between the SAP system and physical stock which required double checking. And thirdly, I faced limited workspace when working on the repacking project, which made movement difficult. And other than that, I had to manage time effectively, especially when multiple tasks needed to be done within the same day. And lastly, I also encountered communication gaps, especially when dealing with the technical terms and unclear instruction. So, I overcome this by asking questions, learning from my mistakes, and constantly seeking clarification from my supervisor and team members. And lastly, I am going to explain the added value in student knowledge. This internship gave me a hands-on experience and skills that I will carry into my future career. Firstly, the value added to me is SAP and e-archiving. I learned how to use SAP system and digital filing system which are used by many global companies. Secondly, I also learned warehouse logistics. I understood the full process from receiving parts to dispatching them, giving me a clear view of how warehouse operations work. And thirdly, the value added to me is 5S application. I practices 5S methods which taught me the value of discipline, organization and workplace efficiency. And fourthly, the value added to me is professional documentation. I became familiar with how to handle and organize documents properly for audits and compliances. And lastly, I also learned soft skills. I improved my communications, teamwork, and sense of responsibility by working closely with different team members. Overall, I feel more prepared and confident to enter the workforce with both technical and soft skills. And lastly, as a conclusion, overall, my internship at Infineon Technologies Melaka was an eye-opening and transformative experience that significantly shaped my understanding of how a global organization operates in a highly technical and fast-paced environment. It provided me a clear perspective on workplace expectations, the importance of discipline, adaptability, and continuous learning, and how various departments work together toward common goals. I gained a deeper appreciation for organizational culture, professionalism, and effective communication in real-world setting. This experience not only allowed me to observe how theoretical knowledge is applied in practice, but also helped me develop critical thinking, time management, and problem solving skills through hands-on exposure and active participation. Most importantly, I discover more about my own strengths and areas for growth, which will guide me in setting clearer career goals and becoming a more prepared, confident, and responsible individual in my future profession. This internship has truly been a valuable chapter in my academic journey, and I'm grateful for the personal and professional growth it's brought me. My internship at Infineon Technologies Melaka was an incredible learning journey. I'm thankful for the opportunity to apply my classroom knowledge in a real-world industrial setting. I would like to thank to my industry supervisor, Ms. Tan Wei-ji, and the entire logistic team for their support and guidance. I also want to thank Dr. Kasmaruddin bin Sheikh Hussein for his academic support. Thank you for your attention.